Yes, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Real Life with Zikan. I give tips on how I'm able to surmount, how I'm able to overcome life challenges, and I feel that by sharing, you would also learn a thing or two. So let me tell you a short story. I found myself in a new environment where being very tough was the order of the day, and that wasn't going so well for me because my nature is not being a very tough person, though life has taught me to be tough. But in this environment, I found myself, I felt that being friendly was the way to go about being living in that particular environment or being in that environment. And then I observed and noticed that being soft wasn't working, being tenderly. People were taking me for granted and things weren't going so well. So I decided to toughen up so that I can be able to survive in that environment. And then I did. But it was becoming like a war zone, you know, making me uptight because every time I have the mindset that I have to be strong, even though people will run down me and and all that, push me over. And I had to toughen up. But I found out that that wasn't going on for me because that is not my real self. I'm a peaceful, gentle person by nature. But that environment taught me to toughen up so I can survive in that environment because I needed to be in that environment. So I had to toughen up. I had to act that role of being a tough person, you know. But somehow I was losing my peace of mind. It made me, be on a tense mood. Not tense, but more like, on the edge, like ready to fight, that kind of a thing. Not like fight, but mentally and psychologically, you're not peaceful, you're not calm, and life is to be enjoyed. Enjoyment of life doesn't mean you must have billions of naira in your account. It can be living a life of peace, serenity, purpose, fulfillment, and joy. And for me, that is what it means to live a fulfilled life, not even having so much money in your account. Yes, having money in your account extra is not a bad thing, but I believe that even having a life of peace and purpose is more fulfilling for me than having so much money in my account. So I decided to do something. I decided to become a woman of what? Peace. How did I achieve that? By being intentional, by planning my day and saying that today I'll be joyful, I'll be peaceful, I'll map out things I want to achieve, and I decided to respond less to people. I told myself that even if somebody came with an argument, I would not be argumentative with that person. But I would just smile and nod and say, okay. Why? Because my peace was more important. See, environment might make you want to change, but don't lose yourself. Don't forget that peace, living a life of peace and purpose, I feel is a lot more rewarding in life than living a life where you're maybe always fighting, not like physical fight, but maybe always being aggressive. It steals your peace of mind. It was stealing my peace of mind actually. It put me on a tense, but I said, no, this cannot happen any longer. If people will not do what they are expected to do, I would hold my peace. It is not my duty to make them do what they ought to do. Now hold my peace. I will do my role definitely, but I'll do it in a peaceful manner, very peaceful manner. And so, with that intentionality in mind, and then one thing again, knowing that Jesus Christ was with me was very, very helpful. I realized that I had Jesus. In fact, I knew, but sometimes you're very conscious of the presence of Jesus Christ. It made me so happy, and I wanted to be in that happy state always. And so, even in that environment I found myself in, I changed my strategy. I was no longer like being upside. I just relaxed myself. I said, I want to have peace. And so even when somebody came with argument, fighting mood, I was just going to say, okay, no problem. Why? I wanted peace of mind. So I want to encourage us to try that. Just in case you're in an environment that is tensed and it seems as if everybody is fighting you or in a fighting mood. I'm not saying don't fight for what is your rightful yours. I'm saying respond to them peacefully. Change your means of response. Respond to them in a very, very what peaceful manner. Just give that approach a try. What do you want, mommy? What do you want? I should carry you. I want a biro. Try that response. You see that you have a more fulfilling life. Just try it. Instead of responding in a harsh manner, be very peaceful. It doesn't mean you don't know you're right. No, but choose your peace. You will feel a lot more satisfied in life because life has up and down. Why let somebody else influence you and you become uptight? Why you can respond joyfully and peacefully? So I want to just share this out with someone to try and live a life of purpose. Try and choose peace over proving things. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. Wherever you are, you know your worth. And whomever values you will see your worth. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. Just decide to live a very peaceful life, a purposeful life, and the mindset that God is with you, that Jesus is with you. That will give you so much peace. And so, even when people around you are backbiting and shouting, have your peace because your peace is very important. Let me tell you why peace is important. When you have peace, you're able to think, you're able to grow, you're able to push your life forward. But if you're always in a cantankerous mood, you can't think. You might progress still, but I feel you progress more when you're peaceful. You will think of solutions to your problems. You will think of a way forward, and you feel less stress, even for your health. You know. So I want to encourage one out there to try peace, purpose, one pap. Okay, we're gonna take pap, yeah, Mama? We're gonna take pap. My daughter wants pap, so we'll round this video very soon. But just wanted to share this with someone who might need it. Try living a life intentionally with purpose. Live a life of peace, a life of purpose, and the consciousness that God is with you. He will always be with you. That should make you have more peace and more joy. I hope I've been able to share and uplift someone out there. This is Real Life with Zikan. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can give us your thoughts on how you feel that a better, purposeful life and peaceful life can be lived. From me to you, saying I love you. Bye and have a blessed day. Ciao. Bye.